Let's now talk about some basic probability rules. And the first rule we will talk about is what's known as the complement rule. So suppose we have an event A. An event A can be anything, right? Now we define the complement of A which is denoted A superscript C as everything that is not A. Okay. So now the complement rule says that the probability of A plus the probability of the complement of A is equal to 1. Or the probability of the complement of A is just going to be 1 minus the probability of A. Graphically, this is as follows. So you have the sample space, you have event A, right? So the shaded part here outside of the circle is the complement of A, so A is superscript C. Okay. Now it's obvious if you think about the Venn diagram as representing probabilities, then the circle is PA, right? And then the area outside of the circle is P of the complement, and they have to add up to 1. So that's where the identity comes from. Let's look at an example. Now suppose we want to roll a die. Right? Let's find the probability of getting a 5 or less. Now we know that the probability of getting a 5 or less, first off, 5 or less meaning we get 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, right? And so the probability of getting 5 or less is just going to be equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5, right? Which is going to be equal to 5/6. So this is straightforward, right? Nothing new to us. Now, I can do this problem a little differently, right? So alternatively, if I let A be the event 5 or less, if A is the event 5 or less, then the complement of A is the event more than 5, right? Okay. But when you roll a die, more than 5 means that you could get a 6, right? Because there are 6 outcomes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so more than 5 meaning that you have to get a 6. So now we know that the probability of A plus the probability of the complement of A is equal to 1. And that's from the complement rule from above, which means that the probability of 5 or less plus the probability of getting a 6 is equal to 1. So the probability of getting a 5 or less is going to be equal to 1 minus the probability of getting a 6. But we know that the probability of getting a 6 is 1/6, right? So this is 1 minus 1/6, which is 5/6. This gives us the same answer as before. Right? So in this video, we looked at the first probability rule, which is the complement rule. And the complement rule says that the probability of an event A plus the probability of the complement of A is equal to 1. That tells us that the probability of the complement of A is 1 minus the probability of A, or equivalently, the probability of A is 1 minus the probability of the complement of A. And we looked at an example where we showed that this formula works.